Yeah, they're doing a stand switch, and so the hands are coming back like this. So it's much longer. I think it's like the guard break is +8 frames, and the guard crush is, I believe, like +12 or +13.
That's interesting because I've been looking for it, and I was trying to look at it at most of the stream to see if I could see it, but it's like I guess occasionally I see it, but I don't know it. So yeah. I guess I need to be told what it was.
I was playing. I forget who the guy I was playing. I don't know. I know his name.
Oh my God, it's Andre.
Andre. So he, he was definitely. He was telling me that he only played DOA4. So I was able to catch on to the fact that he's abusing the low defensive hold a lot in stun. You can actually they toned down the active frames on it. They still want to make it seem like it's not as like toned down to like a normal Virtual Fighter or Tekken, but they've cut it there. Yeah, I mean they basically decreased the active hit frames and added recovery frames in addition to the hit frames that were lost from the active frames.
Okay.
So that was a free step right there that he did. Most lunging attacks where they're in an air state, you can generally free step them without having to do the sidestep command.
Oh, okay. I did hear they were going to change the sidestep to like up, up, and down now.
Yeah, right now it's currently down, down, and up, up. People had some problems with it on the 360 controller when they were trying doing a crouch dash forward.
Oh, really?
So it was down forward, so it was interesting 2 downs.
That's bad.
So it's just a buffering issue.
Okay.
But they are looking to change it to that way. I honestly enjoy it more because it feels like it's less effort to do down, down because you're already trying to free step by holding down. And you're just canceling the down free step into an actual sidestep animation.
Which is it really does sound a lot nicer. But me and Hubbs were talking earlier about like people doing inputs wrong, possibly.
Oh, you get inputs.
Yeah. So
it's still being tuned up. They want it to be accessible, but at the same time they want that layer of depth that keeps happening.
Yeah.
And these are definitely, every time I see the latest trailers and builds, it's another step forward for the game.
I think the game's coming along brilliantly. Like honestly, I think they took out the time.
So you saw that. You see that sit down stun that you saw Anna in. That sit down stun she wasn't able to hold out of.
Okay.
I assume that the player just didn't know about that. But if that's during that instance in the new build, if you had her in that sit down stun, you can generally do her like a critical burst attack. Okay. Which will guarantee you a free combo.
So I mean, it's not there yet, but they're gonna definitely add it, and that's for sure. Like they're not.
Yeah, no, that was the big thing they were pushing for E3. So it was in the E3 build that had, I believe, not only half the cast that returned for the demo, but they even added Akira from Virtua Fighter 5. And Sarah wasn't playable, but she was playable behind the doors.
Man, she's the one I want to play now. Like after I found that out, I was like, I think I definitely have to get into DOA.
From what I was, they basically just stuck them right into from Virtua Fighter.
Oh man, so they're gonna play clean like that.
Yeah, they're basically you can go from a Virtua Fighter 5 experience and just go straight into Akira or Sarah.
You know what I think that's gonna do though? That's gonna definitely build a lot of a bigger community.
Yeah, I actually just read an interview where Hayashi was being interviewed about what Sega get out of this whole thing, and generally, first of all, Sega's actually publishing the title in Europe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Tecmo Koei typically gets someone else to publish it in Europe since there's so much cost into localizations and all this other stuff. So what ended up happening is that he said that when they approached Sega, they basically told Sega, hey, by the way, if you ever want to put a DOA character in Virtua Fighter, we're all for it.
That's
Go right
cool,
ahead.
Man. I mean, I think that's going to build both communities, and I'll probably see myself playing
was it the original DOA based on VF2 engine?
Model 2, I believe. The Sega Model 2 arcade system.
No, I thought it was the VF combat engine as well.
Didn't they have a cross game at one point?
No, it wasn't a cross game, but they used the same hardware basically.
Okay. As I recall, like there was like a Tekken game with like random DOA characters or something characters. So I don't know. It was a weird build.
Yeah, they've done a few things. So I mean, well, with Sarah, I had heard that basically like right now she is one character. She is very, very good. Like,
so we're talking about.
I'm told I'm not supposed to be able to say broken yet.
Don't say it. Don't say it. We'll just say she's
for example, her flamingo kick. She has a 5-frame kick out of the flamingo kick, and her string goes high, high, mid, high, and because of that, you think you can low hold, but if you low hold, you can call in the recovery frames for the mid.
That's gonna be so nice.
If you try holding, he'll throw you. So
it's going to come down to people just knowing the matchup experience for her.
Yeah, but I think the only thing they've done differently is that with those characters is basically if I remember correctly, it was just give them defensive holds.
Okay.
Like, and the system is not the most advanced it's ever been, but definitely the most user-friendly and closest to that advanced level.
It looks like it. Honestly, I definitely see a lot of players who never really got into DOA but want to get into it more. I definitely see this progressing to help them get into it more and possibly, hopefully, come out to more tournaments.
Yeah, I've been trying to dispel the factual inaccuracies that people seem to push on the game. And it's understandable as to why. It just didn't really have much of a scene to really explain the system.
And Soul Calibur 4 was really not a good. I'm not Soul Calibur 4.
DOA4 was terrible.
DOA4 was not a good game.
And it was terrible. Like
that's all I've like
all
heard.
The players.
I played it and I was like,
all the players from DOA2 and DOA3, like they pretty much left the scene. Like, there was only like 5 or 6 people, and that was only because money was being thrown at it.
Wow. I mean, do you think they're all going to come back now that they see this is
from what I've been hearing, a lot of people have been making plans to come back. If you saw any of the IPL, they did some combo exhibitions videos on DOA.IGN.com or IPL.com. I think it's DOA.IPL.com. They have combo exhibition videos to show you what the critical burst looks like.
Okay.
And the combos that can come off of it. One of our old members, Silent Legend, put those videos together. A very good video graphics designer.
Oh wow!
So we're looking forward to seeing how this game comes out. We still have September 25th is the current date.
That's actually really short. Are they gonna make it only online, or are they gonna put it on a CD?
Right now, it's just gonna be retail game disc.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I wish it was 15, but I guess we can't have every game $15. So
with Tecmo Koei, I expect they would want to have the money.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's good for them. I think it'll be a good thing. My thing is, and how long will this last though?
Sorry, I just want to say since we have this. So speaking of the community feedback, I was able to suggest to them doing the function push the button you want style, which is what this is.
Oh my God! Thank you. Please, thank you.
Instead of what every other fighting game besides Skullgirls has been doing, which is scroll left and right till you find the function.
I hate that.
So it's just more intuitive. And
I mean, it's faster. I mean, this is what tournament play should be like with any game. You should just be able to input your buttons, like Third Strike is too, and just move on.
And Blaze Blue.
And
Blaze Blue has the best.
I love Blaze Blue.
If you could change your buttons at the character select screen, Blaze Blue would have the best.
I suggested the. Sorry, Hubbs is talking to me. Okay, never mind. He's ignorable anyways. So yeah, I mean, I've suggested further changes to make it. Right now, you have to push the A or X button to initiate that you want to change it, and then push the button you want it to change to. So it's just. And then
it should just be you hit the button and then it goes to the next one.
Yes, I've suggested that to them as well. Right now, you also can only select one button for one function.
Okay.
It's a 3-button game. Everything, all the macros are doable by three buttons. So it's not really necessary.
Yeah.
Most people would have a macro, would set the macro for throw, which is
like controller, like pad players do. I do know a lot of pad players who do stuff like that.
Well, it's like when I was a pad player, I would use it so I would basically be able to use all the face buttons and combinations and all the macros just from there. So,
I mean, I think this is gonna definitely.
I would have figured this far into the fighting game life cycle, this would have been solved, and every game would do it like Blaze Blue.
They're still solving the start button problem.
Yeah, I don't get it.
That's another thing I suggested to them as well. So we'll see what happens.
I think it's necessary for every game now.
VF5 Final Showdown has it done really well.
Really?
Not only can you do it all at the character select screen, it has a test controller screen.
Yeah, I like that. That's
really cool.
You can do all that during the loading screen before the match.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, I gotta play some VF5.
Yo, are you into the tournament?
I don't have any cash on me. I just came here because
that's okay.
I had a wedding last night in Southern Virginia and drove up.
That must have been fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of it was a 5-hour drive down, hung around for 3 hours, and 5-hour drive back up to Maryland. And now I just drove 4 hours up to here.
Oh, that was worth it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So what ended up happening, one of the benefits this series has right now is that the director for this game, who, by the way, wasn't the director for Ninja Gaiden 3, as many as people keep thinking. They're a little hesitant because they're like, Ninja Gaiden 3 didn't really hit its chord with most people.
Yeah, I've heard. I heard it was okay.
And so people are just like, oh, no, Team Ninja's just going to mess up DOA. It's a totally different director. The director is actually a hardcore fighting game fan.
Yes,
using
finally.
arcade style controls and all the goodies that come with that.
Okay, I just gotta state real quick. I love how because I've been playing Virtua Fighter a lot, but this game is definitely doing what Virtua Fighter does too, and that's every time you get hit into something, it hurts.
Yeah.
You feel it hurts, and that's what I like about this game.
We play some DOA3 sometime. I'll show you real pain.
Oh no. I'm a big DOA3 fan, so I'm pretty good, man.
Yeah, I'm
Pretty
sorry.
good. Counter all day.
You're going to get beaten. You can't counter in DOA3.
I will counter.
If you counter, you're going to lose 120% of your life.
There's 120%?
I can do, let's see, I believe it's 240 for normal life.
Okay.
With Bass, just because you counter mid, even though it's a 3-point hold, he can go ahead and do 290 points of damage. If he's at